Greetings, welcome, grand rising, grand afternoon, grand evening, wherever you are in the world. I am thankful and grateful that you are here. Welcome to my channel. I am Jacob Chaudhry. Let's get things started. You're probably wondering, Jacob, you've been slacking a little bit. Actually, I haven't. Two of my videos did get taken down for violating the YouTube guidelines. I was talking about the coronavirus, very sensitive topic because of the controversy and political aspects of this pandemic. I feel that there is a lot of censorship going on, but sometimes you just have to live with the results and let things be. Like the Beatles say. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. But yeah. So we're back at it. I really want to get a video out and just speak about certain topics today. We have been going through a lot. I've seen recently Haiti just had a massive earthquake. Also, their president has been assassinated, and I really feel bad for the things that they're going through. We're in the middle of a damn pandemic, as we have been. Oh man. Life is crazy. Life is crazy to be a teenager. I would never think, if I was looking back 15 years, or if I would be looking back when I was 15 years old, I would be like, what happened? What? When I was like 7, 8, 9, up to 13, life was pretty good. You know, I had my downfalls, but life was still nothing like this. Life is crazy right now. I think we could all agree on that. We've had our hardships during this time, but also I feel like there's been a lot of sense of growth. A lot of self-awareness has risen throughout this pandemic, throughout this time of great chaos. That's the only way I could put it. It's just chaotic. Whether things are going to get better or not, I hope they do, and if they don't, I'm going to play a factor in making things better, because I believe in making things better. But it's just like, wow, things are crazy. But again, there's this form, I feel like a lot of people have grown from this certain situation and experience. For me, myself, if I was looking back at 16-year-old me, and 16-year-old me looked at me now, he'd be like, damn boy, good job. If I haven't grown, I wouldn't be talking to a camera right now. I wouldn't be wanting to share my voice and share my truths and aspects of life. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of life sometimes. I think we get too caught up with this American culture of capitalism and consumeristic aspects of life, and really not focusing on the bigger picture, that we are just alive in this moment. You know, I tend to forget that I should be thankful that I'm just a conscious being, that I'm aware of my surroundings, that I get to do these things. It's usually some days I'll be like, oh man, I got to do this. I got to go in front of a camera and talk to people. I gotta go to school. I gotta get up in the morning. But in reality, sometimes it just needs to be, I get to get up in the morning. I get to go to school. I get to get an education. I get to talk in front of a camera and talk to people around the world. I mean, life is great. There's a great quote. Even on the worst day, life is amazing. Life is an experience, and life is beautiful. And we need to remember that in times like now, where it's hard, you know? Our ego is usually going to be attracted to the negatives. I mean, we see it all over the news, the media. There's forest fires around the world, the pandemic, but out of all that, it's just an experience, I feel, because we are only here for a limited amount of time. We shouldn't take life too serious. The great Alan Watts says, man suffers only because he takes seriously what the gods made for fun. And that is, on a level, some people won't understand that because they are caught up in their everyday lives. But looking at that bigger picture and having that open mindset, dude, This shit is not meant for suffering. No way did the higher beings or the evolutionary life, whatever life is, the universe, the source, the God, whatever you want to call it, it did not make the world here just so we can suffer. Maybe it put suffering as a fundamental and attachments as a fundamental for transcendence, but most people are getting stuck in this attachment to clothes, sex, drugs, other people's emotions and influences, instead of looking within themselves and finding something greater than anything they could find out here in this physical realm. Don't take life too seriously. If you're stressing, suffering, worrying about anything, this is a time right now during this video to let go. Just look around you, or just close your eyes even. I just love closing my eyes and just breathing and just realizing that I'm alive. I'm here. If I wasn't here, I wouldn't be experiencing all this in the first place. So damn well I just should be happy that I have a conscious mindset and I'm consciously aware of my surroundings, that I can look around, touch, feel, observe, learn, have knowledge, gain some power in this world, influence people and make other people's worlds better and their mindset better. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. And maybe that might be the solution to everything that is going on in this world at the end of the day, because we forget. We forget who we are, or we don't even know who we are half the time. I know during this pandemic, during this lockdown, I've been in a complete isolation, away from a lot of friends. I would go out sometimes, but more or less isolation. And damn, that changes somebody. Isolation, I feel, is key for transcendence, key for self-awareness. Because when you get away from everybody else's emotions and energies and influences, you start to look at your own. You start to calculate your own footsteps in life, and you start taking note of how you act, how you talk, how you walk, what you look like. I mean, if 16-year-old me was looking at this dude right here, he would be like, "Why is your hair in a bun?" I mean, why is my hair in a bun? I do have reasons for that now, because I've learned something about myself. I learned something about spirituality, Buddhism, Hinduism, all different aspects of what people think as life, and it's really helped me evolve. And one of the key things of evolution, I believe, is stop caring about what people think of you. I know that thinking about what people are thinking about of you is the best illusion that man has created. Thinking about what people think of you is the best illusion man has created. Because when you truly think about it, nobody cares about you. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you as much as you care about yourself. But you put that mindset in your head that people are always looking at you, always judging you, always worrying about your every move. But even if they do judge you, it's going to be for maybe 3 seconds. I know if I see somebody out of sorts on the street, I'm going to be like, huh, okay. But then it goes away, and I feel like that's for everybody else, because we're so focused on ourselves, we have no time to focus on anybody else, but we still feel that everybody else is focusing on us. So there's sort of a logical fallacy there in our own thinking, in our own psyche, that no one really cares about us, not to an extent that we care about ourselves. So if you are to change your mindset about that, believe that no one really truly cares, and if they do judge, they don't even know who you are truly, because you're the one who knows yourself, or you should be the one who knows yourself. In all aspects of life, no one is going to know you better than you know yourself. When someone judges you, they're usually going to get it wrong. So that in itself should tell you shouldn't care. You shouldn't even want to prove it to somebody else. You should only want to prove to yourself. We should never... Another illusion of man has been to compare each other. We are me and you and me and somebody else are two separate beings. We are individuals. Individual is part of a whole, but based on everything we see in this life, in this universe, everything is so uh, complex. I am complex. I'm so complexionarily different than you. And you are so complexionarily different from me. So there should be no room for comparison because it will never work. Here's a great quote I've written down before. Transcendence means going beyond duality. Attachment means remaining in duality. And I truly believe this. I believe that transcendence is realizing that good and bad are part of one entirety, one whole. And we tend to look at good and bad as two separate ideologies and concepts, but really good is one half, the bad is the other, just like the yin and the yang, the good and the evil. I also believe this is uh, this is probably a thought people won't really catch or will tend to shake their heads about, but I do believe in the parable aspects of terminologies of the Bible and who Jesus truly is, that Jesus and the devil are the same person, because it's truly a parable for who we are. No one's truly all good and no one's truly all bad. We're all going to do terrible things in our life, and we're also going to do incredibly tremendous things for ourselves and other people. We tend to look at people as either really terrible based on their actions or really good based on their actions, but that's in itself another judgmental point of view that is very false, because you can never put such a complex form of life in one category of terminology. It doesn't make sense. And you should never put yourself in it, oh, I'm a bad person or I'm a good person. Both are ill and incorrect, and it's almost a disease to believe in that duality, because I believe that duality is an illusion. As an organic form of life, we need to overcome the illusion of duality. And once we become aware of its presence, that everything is one, me and you are one, even though we are individuals. I want to get this clear because some of my concepts might get mixed around and they probably will second guess each other. But even though we are individuals in such a complex form of life and we have all our different complexions as individuals and differences, we're still part of the same thing. Whatever it is, whatever made us, we are still in the same universe, same source. And we forget that. We are the same race, the same organism. There's so much battle between all and between color and race. And I believe that race is a false form of identification, because I don't believe in calling somebody black or white or brown. It just doesn't make sense. Why would I put somebody in the category of a color? That does not explain the in-depth concepts of what a human being is. And the skin color, the pigmentation of their skin should not be the first factor of what a person is generally labeled as. It's very strange, and it should be strange to you. And once you start opening up to your own self-awareness, it starts to become a little bit more clear. I am nowhere near where I need to be. I know I'm not. But I am proud of how far I've become. I tend to look back, again, 16, when I was a year ago. It has been a long ride. I've gone through sufferings, but those sufferings, I feel, brought an opposite factor into the play. This comes back with duality, when as above, so below. If there's suffering, there is also the presence of excellence and transcendence. And if I could switch that over, if I could switch that suffering and channel that to become a transcending part of my life, it's fully capable of doing so. That comes back to my last video talking about the dark side with Robert Greene. I'll put it down right here. Talking about with Robert Greene, the dark side, how to channel that anger into a better frequency such as love, bliss, or joy. Please check that out. I think you'll find it very interesting and you will gain some sort of knowledge from it. As individuals, we tend to forget these things that matter. The true things that matter. It doesn't matter what clothes you wear. It doesn't matter if you're ugly or hot. It doesn't matter your skin color. It definitely doesn't mean your skin color. Oh my gosh. It's not that I don't like it, but I just find it very interesting that that's the path we've gone towards. Nah, I don't know. Especially in this age of digital technology, we will get carried away in what we think is true. Currently the younger generation, this happens with me a lot. I seek validation. A lot of people seek validation from others on social media, even in real life, but people post pictures just to feel a sense of attention, just to feel validated. I would post pictures just so I could see people comment, like what people are going to comment about me, and I would always hope like I would get a lot of likes, get a lot of comments, and that is just draining to my psyche. That is draining to everybody's psyche. It's very much a disease more than a normalcy, but it's become very normal through social conditioning, outside influences, etc., etc. But that does not make an excuse to say that it is correct. Even though I'm aware that I should not be in control of validation through other people, I still try and find validation through myself. I'm more asking the questions: who am I? Where am I? How am I just living? You know? When you go a little bit deeper, great things start to happen. I'll tell you, great things. I'm nowhere. I believe I have a long way to go. But right now, in this moment, I feel that I've had an extraordinary change at a young age. And that's part of the reason I feel I'm allowed to share topics with you and have some sort of connection and conversation with you guys to try and spread some knowledge. Not saying that you are any lesser than me or anybody else is any lesser than me, but growth is key, especially in the time right now. We are stuck. We are stuck on a level and we can't budge. We haven't been budging. I haven't felt a real sense of love in a long time from the world as an entire whole. We really need to step up. I truly believe that. Not even talking about COVID, because I refrain from talking about COVID, but I do not refrain from sharing truth and sharing an aspect towards a greater good. I believe that we will always be capable of great things, and comes back to this illusion of duality. There is very bad things happening in this world, but that does not mean that we are incapable of doing great things. Start to implement these types of thinking patterns in your life. Things will come out very optimistic for you. And we know through quantum physics that our psyche and how we interpret our daily lives and our thinking processes and our conscious and our subconscious, it sways reality for us in tremendous ways. And I will make a video about that because that is an important topic for growth and understanding who you are. It will come in the future. I want to keep on making these videos. I really want to get a video out because I haven't got one out in a week. I've been trying to, but we know the dealio. We let it be. We let it be. That's all we gotta do. Let it be. But be aware, because awareness is key. Awareness is knowledge. I believe that very big and very wholeheartedly. I really want to get a podcast out soon. I'm working on it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I feel like that would be oh man, it will be great. The podcast will be extraordinary. I'm telling you right now, before I even start the podcast, it will be big. Be a part of this community that I am choosing to grow. I found this opportunity and I'm deciding to walk through the door. Everybody is invited. Let's do this. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you gained some insight, and I will do more of these Jaffa talks as you see in the title below. What a Jaffa means to me is a person, a free thinker, a free individual who allows themselves to take control of their own life. And I do have my own definition in my description of my channel. And if you haven't already, please go check that out and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please give a thumbs up if you like this video. Comment down below anything you want to see, anything you want to hear, because that helps me know what to say to all you guys and grow a community that has great videos, great content, and great growth. So thank you. Let's all spread love, light, and knowledge as much as we can, because that's all this world needs right now. So thank you. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Peace.